All right, man. So today we are here for a tougher video to make, but I set out to be very transparent a part of this process and or with this process rather, and kind of give you guys the goods, the bads, the uglies. So today I got something that is bad, but it's not as bad. And here's immediately what I did to kind of spin it around. So last week I got word that the new client that I had just brought on, I got him on for March. We're on the 17th. I got him in on March 1st to start payment. Payment came on March 1st, and we kicked off the agreement. And I got word last week that there was a payroll problem that had came up. So he was a little bit busy working, trying to figure it out and get out of it. And then in the middle of him telling me that, I was like, okay, does this affect anything that we're working on? He's like, yeah, I'm thinking it does. But I'm trying to figure it out or whatever the case. So this kind of like, because of the magnitude of what I'm working on, this kind of like, it made me be very uneasy because I hate to go out and put my name and reputation out into the world for something and then it not be solidified, right? And so I learned that early on in my affiliate process of like I like to work with small companies, but in picking small companies, if they're not at the point where they can benefit or keep up with the demand that you create marketing, then the system breaks, right? And I experienced that very, very early on in the t-shirt industry, and I learned from it. This is actually what sparked the start of what the consulting business became, because I learned that I had to go in and do my due diligence on companies. And then as I started to do my due diligence, it turned out that I carved out an offer, right, in the marketing space from the work that I was doing, and I learned to do it over time, right? So this was a part of the process that I had gone through in order for me to build my business. So I'm saying that to say, I got to do my due diligence. My name is on the line. I'm going to go out here and do these things. I'm going to do great things, or I'm going to pull other people in. I'm going to connect other people. I got to know that if I go out here and say, this is going to happen, it's going to happen, or this does not work for me, right? So I know the type of customer that I need to have, because I know I need to carve out opportunities and I need to put these connections together. And I need to know that when I come back and say, yo, I need 100 prints, or yo, we got access to this building, we going to do this and you're going to do that. I need to know that it's going to happen. If there's things that need to get approved, then I'm going to come back and say, all right, here's what we got. Here's the cost. This is how I run my business very, very transparently. You know what I'm saying? And it goes into the business model that I'm going in. So fast forward to Monday, right? I have family stuff going on, and I only mention that because, you know, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And for my men out here, for my brothers out here, I need you guys to understand that it just comes with the game, right? Like, we are in whatever situation we're in, we don't get to complain about it. We're on this journey to do the best we can, and you just gotta be okay with doing the best you can with what you have and just being pure to what it is. You're gonna get pulled in so many directions on the family side, on the personal side, just in regular life, but don't let that seep into, and I know it does, but just try to make sure that you know you got a solid plan. You know that's going to get you to where you want to be, and you got to stick to the plan, and you just deal with the obstacles that come with it as they come, right? So move forward. We are coming to our Monday meeting, get on a Monday meeting, and things are bad. And so it's like, yo, I want to commit to this, but we can't commit to this. I had to lay a bunch of employees off. It's down to like an 8-man crew, whatever the case is. He's like, I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem. But what basically happened is he lost a large contract. There are so many businesses that I interact with, or just people doing business, that one customer is a bulk of their work. That's how lucky you can get in so many of these industries when you start to position and pitch and provide services that other people can use. It also, if you're not careful, it cripples you. It's what crippled me when they blackballed me because I let go of all my business and focus 100% on their business. Well, if your business it relies on one company, 60, 75%, whatever it may be, and that company makes a change or something happens or they go out of business, like when you rely on that too much, it can hurt you. And this is one of those situations where the work we're doing can't take off fast enough for the backside problems from losing a client that is major in your space, right? That's as deep as I can get on it. But so I lost that. Now, what I went through that too is to say, all right, at what point do we need to be at revenue wise where the bills are paid and I can get paid, right? And so I asked for a number and we kind of formulated a number and I'm like, all right, cool. Well, how is the business doing? Like, is the business in the building and everything in jeopardy at all? No, it's not in jeopardy. We're doing just enough to sustain what we have. The throttle, just things are going on. We're doing just enough, right? He's like, and I know we're going to get back to it, but this is just the circumstance of where we are. I'm like, all right, cool. So now in my mind, I'm like, what is that number? All right, cool. What is it that I need to do? Should I operate on this plan? Now, a lot of what I do is, a lot of what I've been doing once I kind of became aware of where I wanted to go, I'm always trying to move my agenda while helping other people, right? So a part of what I'm working on was like, I need a national brand. I need the same as I think we're doing here. I want a national brand. In fact, I want 2 national brands on top of it so that I can so I can do all the work at once. I can just do the work and navigate what attention needs to go to which company based on everything that I'm doing. There's 3 markets, or really there's 2 markets that I want to be in. And then the third market is the local play, which is that business is really just a local play. So if I could take the same products, put a national brand on it, I keep and retain ownership of the national brand. If something were to go bad, I can plug it into another place. It's actually plugged in now. However, I like to work with companies. I prefer to work with companies that are going to support what I'm doing as well while we all make more money. And so it works, but it's not a great fit. Now, this is a great fit because I'm getting the support that I need as well. And now I can do actually 3 brands at the same time. So this is the nature of what it is that we're working on. Immediately after getting that news Monday, I picked up the phone and called someone else who was on I just had to pull their attention back. I had kind of left it alone because I was at a point where I could take them. But if I just could get a little bit more time to put the team around me the way that I wanted to, onboarding would be easier if I focused on this, and then I got to that later, so I wasn't pushing. So I'm like immediately got on the phone, hey, blah blah blah, and I'll let you guys kind of know if they actually kick off in April. Sent the 1 pager. She actually got I'm giving her 2 proposals, but in theory, just take immediate action. And it's crazy because I had just got to the point where I said I don't want to pitch anymore. Or because I can't take on anymore, right? I got these things lined up. I can't take on more right now. I need to get the team in place. Something falls off. You always want to have a wait list or something in the works that you could potentially activate some revenue, some conversations that you can go back and say, all right, now I'm ready. And so the entire flip of my business is predicated on, just that pitch and provide a service in what I do. And I wanted to be very transparent. Also, I had another business meeting about the building. I'm gonna wrap it up with this. And it's looking like, the plans that I'm laying out, every company that I talk to is loving it. And so I'm looking forward to I guess discussing it with you guys more as I kind of do things. And if there's something that you got questions about, put them down in the comments below. But hey man, this game is not peaches and cream, but I wholeheartedly feel like the struggles and the things you have to go through to get to where, where I believe I can get to, or where you may believe you can get to, the payoff is there. but it's not going to be easy. It's going to get harder and harder, and problem. What you'll find is that no matter how big or small the problems are, or whatever the case is, or the money is, how big the company is, you know, if this is your last 1,000, your last 10,000, it's no different than it being your last 100,000. The stakes are just higher, but for some of us, this is all we have, right? And for the owner of those large companies, that's all they have. And their operation is just bigger. You know what I'm saying? The money, you can go out of business, you can have problems, you can make a miscalculation, you cannot be ahead of the trends, you cannot be moving with the market. There's so many things that can go wrong at every level. You know what I'm saying? And the problems are the same, they just more at stake. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. And so I just wanted to be fully transparent with you guys, man. I hope you guys can learn something from this. But, you know, hey, something small to a giant. And I don't think the number we got to get to is hard, or it's going to be hard. If you're watching this, wonder who the hell I am and why the hell I'm talking, I'm your boy, 7-Figure Stan here on YouTube, First State Stan on Instagram. And when business owners get stuck, they call me. I help them get unstuck and add the next 0 to their revenue column. Remember, everybody needs a Stan. Oh yeah, check this out. This is one of my dope designs called Black Goat. They thought I was a black sheep, and I turned out to be the goat. Peace.